The first thing is, I would say, is the design. So never mind what's in the packaging. It needs to be gender agnostic so that if you have the packet with you, it doesn't look feminine, right? So that's number one. Us guys, we don't really like mixing and measuring, and it needs to be easy, right? So just throw it in your gym bag, and as you go, drive in your car or at the gym, at the machine, you can just take it out of your pocket and you can rip it open and take it straight out. So us guys, it's not really about beauty side of it. It's more for the joints, the ligaments and the joints that's starting to ache and pain. And the product really helps me to reduce those aches and pains that I started experiencing with growing a little bit wiser over time.
I like that, growing wiser. Yep, I feel like. And how long from when you started using it did you start to feel the effect?
We have a customer who was part of our initial trials that we did. We had about 35 people that took it over a period of 2 months. And he's 73 or 74 years old. He's a semi-professional tennis player. He called us and said, you know, I got up this morning and the pain that I've been dealing with for I don't know how long is subsided, almost gone away.
Today on How Do I, we are joined by Lennart Winqvist, CEO and founder of Arctic Collagen. They are a premium liquid marine collagen brand he launched in 2024. Drawing from his entrepreneurial background as CEO and founder of Socuza Corporation, an IT services company founded in 2003, Lennart brings extensive business leadership experience to the health and wellness industry. His company and product delivers 8,000 milligrams of marine collagen and 8 grams of lean protein in a single dose with a unique honey-like texture, enhanced with hyaluronic acid and vitamin C, for optimal absorption. Under his leadership, Arctic Collagen has already made waves at major industry events like Expo West 2025, serving everyone from health-conscious consumers to those seeking premium wellness solutions. Joining Lennart today is Jazan Winqvist, president and co-founder with a background in interior design, and Rayhan Winqvist, business operations specialist. Today, this dynamic team takes a critical challenge many supplement entrepreneurs face. How do I create a supplement that solves men's aging joints without looking like a beauty product? So team, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, we're glad to be here.
Happy to be
Awesome.
here.
So we're going to spend time talking about creating a supplement. Tell me a bit about your experience with that.
Well, it's been a roller coaster of a journey a little bit. You know, when I started this, I really just wanted to solve a problem for myself. You know, whatever was out there in the market, I didn't suit my needs. And I started then the research and via liquid to make it more bioavailable, and it needs to be portable or movable with me because I travel a lot. So that's where the sachet came from. So initially I thought really, you know, research, design, go to market. That was my thought, you know.
Yeah, of course. How did you get here? I mean, what did you do in your previous company? What made you think that you could make obviously effective supplement?
Just research really, and I hired food scientists to bring my vision to life. And as I said before, I thought it was an easy path, but it's almost a 2 years journey right now, right? So you have to go through a lot of stages that, you know, as an IT guy, it was overly simplified for me that you do this and then this and then you go to market. And then the professionals on the line, they taught me differently, right? So you have to design the product, it needs to be reviewed, it needs to be going through a testing phase, it needs to have specific requirements, labeling needs to be FDA specific, and so on and so forth. So it's really a journey that you continuously learn during that journey. So today we have our product on the market. It's hopefully going to be a great success. We have, as you said, been at Expo West. We've been at biohackers.world, and we are going to have our product also at the Emmys this year. It's really, really nice.
That's great. So let's dive right in. Team, tell me, how do I create a supplement that solves the aging men's joint pain without looking like a beauty product?
So the first thing is, I would say, is the design. So never mind what's in the packaging. It needs to be gender agnostic so that if you have the package with you, it doesn't look feminine, right? So that's number one. It needs to be versatile so that you can use it not just take it straight out of the sachet, but you can also use it different ways, like mixing it with your yogurt. You can add it to water, to tea, to your cereal. You can drizzle it over, salmon, your dinner, or your salad. So it's really not just a product that is only applicable to women out there, but also to men, right? And we are targeting our markets to women and men alike, right? So we have advertising that is focusing on women's needs, and we have advertising that is focusing on men's need. But if you have the packaging in your hand as a female or a male, it's really gender agnostic. So it's with a clean, crisp design that we have that really represents our product and the source where it comes from. Nobody will judge you having that packet in your hand, whether it's female or male.
Yeah.
So you're saying not only does it have to be effective, but the form of the product needs to make sense for the people that use it, right? Like it has to be, you're saying portable, and it has to, look good, and it has to be applicable in a number of use cases, right? So like, it can work, but if the form doesn't match what people are willing to use, it won't work.
Yeah, us guys, we don't, we don't really like mixing and measuring, and it needs to be easy, right? So just throw it in your gym bag, and as you go, drive in your car, or you're at the gym, at the machine, right? You can just take it out of your pocket, and you can rip it open and take it straight out, right? So that's really the convenience about the product, and it will really be likable by many, many men out there that really don't like to be bogged down with having to measure, mix, think about taking it daily. When it's in a tub, you put it in a pantry, and it's out of sight, out of mind, and we forget about it. So if you have it in the sachet, you have it with you all the time. So it's easy just to keep the consistency and then also get the benefit from the product.
Cool. You know what? It sort of reminds me of, so I play competitive soccer still, and I have glucose packets.
Yep.
So I have a pile of glucose packets in my bag, and at halftime I run over, rip the top off, hit a glucose packet, throw some water, and then I'm back on the field in 10 minutes. So yours is sort of just as easy to use, I imagine.
Yeah, that's exactly the same concept. And this is great, like you just mentioned, you have a bag, I'm assuming a duffel bag with you all the time.
Yes.
You can just take your box, or you can take it out of the box, the sachets, just leave it in your bag because it doesn't need to be refrigerated. And you can take it at any time, or day or night. That's what makes it, it's all about the convenience.
So us guys, it's not really about the beauty side of it. It's more for the joints, the ligaments and the joints that's starting to ache and pain. And the product really helps me to reduce those aches and pains that I started experiencing with growing a little bit wiser over time.
I like that, growing wiser. Yep, I feel like. And how long from when you started using it did you start to feel the effect?
It's about between 4 and 5 weeks. In that 4 or 5 weeks, you already notice that your skin height is more hydrated. So the side effects for a male would be your little lines start disappearing. If you have maybe little blotches in your beard, it will fill out the beard more equally. And also your hair will be more healthier, right? So that's what you start noticing maybe already after 2 to 3 weeks. 4 to 5 weeks, you will start slowly to notice that your joints and ligaments are more hydrated, and therefore they start being more flexible, right? And you experience less aches and pains. They don't go away completely, right? But there's a reduction. And also if you have a heavy workout the day before, or a tennis game or some competition where you strained yourself, your recovery period is a lot faster the next day than it used to be.
Well, that's huge, because I think as I'm 39, and so I'm not as wise as some, but wiser than others. And one of the things I'm noticing is that recovery is taking a lot longer than it used to, especially after a hard match.
Yeah, when you reach my age, I'm 60, it becomes more and more noticeable.
So I'm
Well, I wouldn't have
26
guessed
and I feel
60.
it.
I'm sorry.
After like a
Rayhan,
long
what
day
was
in the
that?
gym or outside
Yeah.
playing basketball or football, I feel it instantly as well. And that's
Mm.
why I also want to kind of educate people with it's more preventative right now, so it's better to get it when you're younger, but it is golden also when you're older because it helps feel that youthfulness to yourself. But one of the major things I was feeling is as soon as I would take it, I would do it as like a pre-workout. I would take, my creatine, I'll take my pre-workout, throw in a bottle, and then as soon as I get in the gym, I'll just take it straight out of the sachet. And I feel way better. My joints doesn't hurt when I'm running. I had a few football injuries in high school, and I feel it in my knees, and I'm only 26. So this has been saving me right now.
Cool. Amazing.
Yeah, we have
Um,
a customer who was part of our initial trials that we did. We had about 35 people that took it over a period of 2 months. And he's 73 or 74 years old. He's a semi-professional tennis player. He first didn't want to join the team that is part of the trials, but his wife then convinced him. 74 years old, he's a typical male. It will never help me. I won't take this. And today he is one of our most loyal customers because he had injuries as at the time that he was taking or participating in our trials. And after about 6 weeks, he called us and said, I got up this morning and the pain that I've been dealing with for I don't know how long is subsided, almost gone away, right? And his joints, from playing tennis, the like tennis arm like, he says it's also basically disappeared. And as I said earlier, the recovery as well, and it was confirmed with him as well. And he had a strenuous tennis match the day before. He used to need about 2 days recovery, and he says after taking this on a daily basis, he says he's good to go the next day.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's great. We have
So,
one more candidate,
yeah.
actually a customer of ours. He went on a skiing trip in Colorado. He's actually from there. And just one of those freaks accidents. And he fell and he cut the back of his calf, actually. And he needed stitches. And he's a physician himself. So what he noticed was the healing of the scar, of the actual sutures and the scar, was so much faster. He was amazed, and minimal pain. Didn't take much painkillers. So he too has subscribed. So it's a subscription base, and with every box, it's a 14-day supply. With every box you order, you get free shipping nationwide, and it's a 20% discount. So we did it because at the moment we have two flavors. So you can chop and change. Some people like the strawberry, some people like the lemon. So they'll maybe order one for the next 2 weeks, the strawberry, and then followed by the lemon. But it's so convenient, it's so easy. And the most important thing that we did not mention, which for a lot of people matters the most, the taste. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The taste tastes like strawberry, and our lemon tastes like lemon. So people like myself that likes more the tarty flavor, although I'm a sweet tooth, I prefer the lemon, but also depends what I eat or what I drink. So
Yes.
it's very versatile and it's very convenient.
So as you know, it's a marine collagen, so it's also very suitable to people that have dietary restrictions that cannot eat any bovine or porcine products at all.
Well, so that's actually, I wanted to ask you, what is it? What does marine collagen really mean?
So marine collagen, it's our product is sourced from wild caught fish, right? And it's made from the scales of the fish. So it's sustainably sourced and produced. And we produce it according to EU standards in Norway. And then we ship it to the US and have the final product made here in Long Island, New York. So it's a
So
EU
we're talking
product
about,
together with
yeah,
US. So final product. So it's a made in the USA product.
cool. So we're talking about wild caught fish from
Yeah.
Norway,
Mm-hmm.
and we're using the scales from these wild caught fish. So presumably the fish themselves are healthy.
Yeah.
Everything in Scandinavia
So
is healthier than it is here,
it's a
right? And then,
northern Atlantic. So it's Arctic.
cool.
So it's a
Hmm.
pristine, crisp, clean environment. So it's a
Wonderful.
more high quality product, I would say, than it's sourced, let's say, in Asia or at the Pacific somewhere, where it's rather
Somewhere
more
else, yeah.
polluted. So, but you
Right. So we
wanted to
talked
know
about,
how to make this, right?
well, I mean, I think we're getting there, right? So we talked about the design. So yes, you have to make a design that people are okay to hold and carry and all these things. We talked a bit about, and we're talking a bit about the efficacy now as well, right? So let's talk about that some more. Like how do we get? How did you figure this out? Like where? I mean,
Yeah, so it's a difficult, well, not difficult, but it's a long process where
of
you
course.
have to, research what is out there. You have to look at the studies that have been done with collagen. Collagen is nothing new, right? It's just
Mm,
how you use it and and what um, measurements you also use it. So 8,000 milligrams is an ideal measurement or amount for a human body to absorb, right? So you can start with it on a daily basis. You can also then, depending on the person itself, you can then switch over to maybe every second day a pouch, right? But it's designed for on the go. It's designed for one pouch a day, right? That's what it's designed for. But every person is different, right? So you need to figure it out for yourself how you want to use the product, but you need to keep it consistent to get the benefit out of it.
how did you figure out 8,000 milligrams made the most sense?
So it's all research. It's a lot of research that you go through studies that are out there that are publicly available. So you have to invest a lot of time. And some it goes from like 3,000 milligrams to 12,000, 15,000 milligrams. And the
Hmm.
studies have all, if you um, weigh all the studies that are out there, you will narrow it down to a certain amount, and it happened to be 8,000 milligrams, right? And then with the hyaluronic acid added, which is a hydrator, that will
Yep.
give it a boost for your joints and your ligaments, and also it will boost your skin hydration. Then the vitamin C is needed um, to synergize your collagen. So vitamin C is needed to make your collagen absorption more efficient.
And you mentioned before as well that, obviously there's a ton of powders in the market, and I think probably most of them are bovine, I'd imagine. So two questions I want to ask. One is, how did you land on marine? And the other is, how did you figure out that the liquid? Because I think most of the collagens that I've seen are predominantly powders that you'd mix in your tea or coffee or whatever. So how did you first get to the marine side, and how do you know that's
So,
effective? And then second of all, why is the liquid,
yeah,
and why is it
again,
a liquid
so
form,
it's
not
it's
powder?
all based on research that is out there on different types of collagens, and marine collagen is the higher quality collagen that's out there in the market. It also already has the smaller particles, right? So it's the particles of marine collagen when it's hydrolyzed is smaller than bovine or porcine or any vegetarian collagens that are out there. And then once you liquidize it in a cold process, it then even becomes more bioavailable because it's already dissolved, so it doesn't have to go through your digestive tract like any solids, like powder or
Mm-hmm.
tablets, pills, or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. It has to go through your digestive tract, and when it goes through your digestive tract, the absorption efficacy is a lot less because you lose a lot of it, right? So there's no real studies about it, but there are estimates and talk on the internet about the difference of in a percentage, right? So a solid has about a 40% absorption rate because it has to go through your digestive tract. And a liquid that has been pre-liquidized and through a cold process, not a heated process, it has up to 95% absorption rate.
So you need less of it.
Yeah, you need a lot less, yeah.
Correct.
Because I think my wife takes a powder, and I believe we're talking 10 to 15 grams in a scoop.
How much?
10 to 15 grams.
Yeah,
in a
so
scoop.
grams, so that's like 10,000, 15,000 milligrams, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what you really absorb from that is 40%.
Because it's in a
Right.
powder.
Because
Yeah. So you
Sorry, go ahead.
have some marine collagens out there that are in powder form. They're also more expensive than the bovines that are out there because marine collagen is a higher quality collagen.
Got it. So not only are the particles smaller, the liquidization process makes it more bioavailable. And what's the difference between the heated, did you call it liquefaction?
Yeah, liquefaction.
Why cold versus hot?
So if you heat it up, you would also lose the efficacy of the collagen itself, right? Right. So if it's cold processed, it retains its natural properties.
Oh, because the heat will denature some of the proteins and whatnot.
Yeah. So if you think about mixing our collagen into a tea, or hot water or hot tea, you need to, before it loses before it degrades, it needs to be like 150 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Right? So you can add it to tea or any hot drink that you consume. But if you produce it or manufacture the liquid in a heated process, the temperature is going to be very high doing so it will degrade your collagen and your hyaluronic acid and also your vitamin C, of course.
Got it. So it seems as though, not only is the collagen you're using more effective for a number of reasons, but you're also using hyaluronic acid and vitamin C to further boost its bioavailability and other better effects. Yeah. So how did you figure out? I mean, again, I know that it's research, but what sort of processes do you use to figure out that these three things work really well together?
So as you know, I'm not a scientist, so I have an IT and entrepreneurial background. So I had to engage scientists to do that part for me, right? So I told them exactly what I'm expecting, what I want out of the product, what density it needs to have, or what the viscosity of the product needs to be honey-like, right? And it needs to be a highly absorbable product, and it needs to be all 100% natural. And the food scientists, they came up with samples. There was an iteration process involved, and they provided me with the data that is needed to prove what eventually became our Arctic Collagen, right? So it's all due, the success is all due to them with my input. Let's say that way.
Sure. Well, it sounds like you designed the form and the sort of the factor, I guess. And you said, hey, can we make something that looks like this and operates like this? And then, so where did you find the scientists from?
So we partnered with a company called UNET. They are actually a packaging company that processes liquids into sachets and many other liquids. And they had a relationship with a company up in New York as well that is very well known. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. And they said, oh, this is the ideal company for us to engage to manufacture your product and to develop and manufacture the product.
Cool.
We want a quality product rather than just, being it cheap. So a lot of the research that goes into it, it's expensive, but that's what's going to make the quality of the product. That's what's going to earn our customers' trust. build brand loyalty, and we want to be as transparent as possible, where we're sourcing it from, what we're putting in it, and what it will affect to your body.
So are we talking six figures?
Yeah, so
He knows more
development,
than I do. He just signs the checks.
the whole process, with marketing and, brand awareness and everything to date, it does not include my time, Jasmine's time. It's $500,000.
Okay, so you guys spent $500,000 on making sure you brought the best product to market.
Yep.
That
So it's
impressive.
about from idea to go to market 2 years and $500,000 and lots of hours of work.
Right. Yeah, not even including your time. So
Not
if we
including my
take
time.
that in, we're talking much more than $500,000 spent on.
Yeah.
Well, so this is, not everybody can do this, right? It requires a special group of people with a special motivation and time and money to make
Yeah.
something that's really effective. So I think it's important for people to know. And again, we'll let you decide if we keep the specific number in the ending podcast, but at least I might just edit that. Well, I'll bleep
The
it out.
number is
so that people
fine,
can hear the number.
it's no big deal.
Okay.
You
Got
need to have money because nobody wants to give you money,
No, of
right?
course.
So you have a new product, they're just sitting and waiting to see if it's gonna work, right? And you ask the bank for money, they say, no, you're not gonna get anything from us, right? So we'll wait how you do, and then once you start making money, a lot of money, then we might be considering of supporting you, but then I don't need them anymore, right? And then investors as well. So if you find an investor that wants to invest, then it's kind of like Shark Tank, right? That wants to take 75% of your company in equity to give you a small loan, right? So, no.
A lot of-
So
you must
you
have
need
a
to
lot-
have the cash to support it.
For sure.
Yeah, and also with the vision, and it's a what all the hard work, and like Lennart was mentioning, it's a lot of money, lot of hours, but we have a vision, and we believe we are doing something good to humanity, right? Something to give back to humanity, a good legacy. Rayhan will operate the company very soon while me and Lennart will lay in the sun, tanning.
Perfect.
But it's all about belief in your vision and just be motivated.
And I wanted to share a document that basically was our key element, so to say. So I had the design of the packaging in mind, right? So I knew, well, I scribbled it down, and then I engaged a designer that I had dealt with many years before, and he brought it to life what I scribbled down on a piece of paper. So he was a very instrumental part of the design development of the brand itself. But we created, before we created any other marketing material or the website or anything like that, we had a 2-page flyer that has everything about the product. And we used that flyer to build the website, to build the content of that flyer, basically, to build upon, like Lego, as you say, to build marketing material, to build our website, and anything else that has to do with the brand.
And what makes it even greater is we have a great team. We have we collaborate together. We ask each other's advice. We make sure that we keep an open mind. There's no right or wrong. If Lennart comes, he brings something to the table, whether it's a design or idea. We collaborate. What is wonderful, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, is we have young colleagues which is also our family, but they are young and they are hip and they know the market. They are this generation, the millennials, so they know also, they bring a lot of good feedback from the market, what people want, what the age group wants, and that is a great help for me and Lennart, because we both, Lennart is in IT, and he is traveling, and he concentrates on that industry. I do interior design, I concentrate on that industry, and there's a whole lot of gray areas in between, whereas the rest of our team covers. So we will come up with idea as, okay, let's do a promotion, we're going to do A, B, and C, and some of our team members will say, yeah, no, let's not do it that way, because maybe the wellness industry expects it in a different way. So that is what we're very grateful for, because it takes a village, right?
Absolutely.
And
anything important.
I wanted to point out as well, so what you need to be very careful about are those retailers out there that are early adopters that contact you, right? So we have turned down 2, I think, could have been great opportunities, but they're also big risk factors, right? So we've turned down QVC.
Wow, really?
And we've turned down Target.
Wow.
Just because of the quantity that would be involved and the dictating conditions of those companies. You know, they're trying to take advantage of, you know, you're an emerging brand and you are desperate to get into the stores. So they give all these conditions that are not very beneficial for you. So if you make the smallest mistake, and you don't have a lot of money, like I'm talking up in the millions, right? You're dead in the water before you even start. So that's anyone that starts a product needs to scale slowly.
Got it. Very cool.
Yeah.
So we talked about design, efficacy, talked about, I mean, you need money to get this done, and the belief in a vision. What else is there anything else you would want to add on how to get something, like this is a massive project?
Yeah, it's a big project, and we are now at the stage where we have our product in the warehouse. We have our fulfillment center set up, and we have our website where people can order. We also have it on different platforms. So we have the product on what is called onelavie.com. It's a health platform where they can order the product, and also medpaidmarket.com, which is a platform where you can buy the product with your pre-tax dollars using your HSA funds.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's very interesting, and we are in the process, which is also taking much longer. So you need to be very patient in the whole process.
Yeah, definitely.
It's on Amazon, right? So get our product onto Amazon. We hopefully in the final week of getting it active, it finally has arrived in the warehouse, and it's just a matter of maybe days, hopefully days now, that it's going to be active on Amazon.
Wonderful.
Right.
That's amazing.
So now we
That's
are
great.
asking everybody to please check out www.arcticcollagen.com and subscribe. Great benefits. It's great for your health, your wellness. It's for everything. It's overall wellness. It is for all genders, starting from the age of 25 all the way up. As Rayhan mentioned early on, you start now for later. So today we feel great. We look great. We're going to have the same podcast in 10 years' time, and we're going to look exactly the same.
and what I find difficult for me is the whole social media.
Yeah.
Right. So we engaged a company at a very early stage before we even had product to just do brand awareness. We didn't want to sell, so we hired a very good company called Live Marketing. They're out of Atlanta. They did a fantastic job, but it's only brand awareness, right? So they posted a lot of stuff onto Meta, so Facebook and Instagram. So they were done with a 6 months project. So we took over from them in March, April, I think it was.
End
So
of
we
April.
started doing our own content. So now what I'm personally struggling with is to select influencers. That's what I'm struggling with at the moment. So I'm taking it slow. I want to make sure we go the right directions, because there's so much choice out there that you can quickly go into the wrong direction, down the rabbit hole, right?
Well, especially with, limited, if you start a business, limited funds, right? So yeah, of course, it's hard,
Exactly.
hard.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, guys, thank you so much for sharing about how you created this incredible product. I know you told us a bit about where to find you. Let's repeat that again. So we can find you on Amazon?
Yeah, on Amazon, you can find us. It will also be in the near future on Walmart.com.
Great.
And it's on OneLavi, so it's ONELAVI.com.
Okay.
And then on medpaidmarket.com, so that's where you can use your pre-tax dollars using your HSA funds to purchase Arctic Collagen.
That's great. Guys, well,
And
thank
then,
you
of course,
so
on
much
our
for
website.
joining
Sorry,
me.
on our website.
What's the website? Yes, of course.
ArcticCollagen.com.
ArcticCollagen.com.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Guys, well, thank you so much for joining me today. It was really a pleasure to learn about the journey that it's taken for you guys to get here. And of course, we wish you all the best. And if you're listening and your joints hurt, follow the links and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely.